Welcome to this morning meditation flow. I'm so happy that you're here dedicating this time for yourself to really get the most out of today. And that's exactly what my intentions are for you is to receive everything and make the most use out of today. So whenever you're ready, getting into a quiet, comfortable space, whether that be on the mat or on your bed, just go ahead, start to bring ease into the body. And we're going to start with a rapid rhythmic breath flow. So, what this is we're going to inhale from the nose and exhale from the mouth without a hold, just very consistent. And we're going to do this for 10 breaths and then we're going to hold for 30 seconds. And we're going to repeat that cycle about 2 or 3 times. The first time, I really want you to just bring awareness into the body, to the sensations that you're feeling physically. The second time, I want you to witness what you're feeling in your mental, emotional, and spiritual self. And then the last one, I want you to go ahead and set the intentions of what you want to experience from today. So, whether that be joy, whether that be gratitude, whether that be motivation and focus, I want you to just pick one word that's going to align with you for today and set that in for the last flow. So I will go ahead and remind you as we go along, but that is just the gist, and then we'll get into the flow. So whenever you're ready, we're going to start by getting into the body. So gently close the eyes and let's begin. So go ahead, take a deep breath in from the nose. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good job. 3 more. Last one, fully in. Exhale. Hold it in. Hold. And we're going to exhale right into our breath hold. Have a gentle, relaxed body. It's not force, it's just ease. And we're going to hold for about 30 seconds. And notice what you're feeling in your body, the sensations, the tingles, the warmth, the oxygen in your body. Just go ahead, bring attention to what you're feeling this present moment. That's right, we're almost done, halfway through. Notice the ease coming into the body. And then slowly, we're going to inhale and normalize your breath. Notice the revivedness that you feel. And let's go ahead, let's begin our second round. So go ahead, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Continue this rhythmic flow without breaths or without holds. So it's cyclical, it's a cycle. Go ahead, I'm going to take about 5 more. Last one, inhale, exhale, inhale, hold, and exhale into the breath retention. Again, you don't have to exhale completely out. It's just a gentle collapse and hold of the breath. And for this time, I want you to witness what you're feeling mentally, emotionally. even spiritually, how connected are you to your highest self? How connected are you to God, Almighty, infinite intelligence, source? Invite this presence in and just witness. Without judgment, let it go, just observe. I'm gonna hold this for 10 more seconds. If you need a breath, go ahead, take a breath. Now we're gonna take a deep breath in from the nose in 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Neutralize the breath. Great job. We're gonna do this one more time. And remember, this time we're going to focus on a word. So as we're doing the breath work, either focus on your breath, or you can start to become curious, well, what is it that you want to experience out of today? So whenever you're ready, let's begin. Take a deep breath in. Exhale the mouth. 3 more. Fully inhale, hold, and exhale into our breath retention. Now again, set in the intention for today. So what is your main focus? What are you trying to experience on a mental and emotional level today? What is your presence going to focus on? Anchor that into your body. Claim this state of mind. That's right. And we're going to take a deep breath in 3, 2, 1. Fully inhale and exhale out. Take a pause. Take a moment to observe the sensations, the mental feelings that you're witnessing. And then slowly start to invite a little bit of movement. If you were lying down, you can gently come up into a cross-legged seated position. And now we're going to get into our flow. So we're going to start with our left hand extending out to our left side. So parallel or perpendicular to our hips. And then we're going to start to laterally bend over, leaning onto that left hand. That right hand comes up and over, reaching towards the left top corner of the roof, the ceiling, the wall. And feel a good stretch on the right side of the body. And the right leg is completely relaxed. So if you notice your knee coming up, maybe you've gone too far. And then inhale, slowly come back up towards center. And exhale, bring your right hand out towards the side. And inhale your left hand up and over, reaching towards the right, relaxing that left knee, the left hip. Inhale back up towards center. And we're going to continue this flow about 2 or 3 more times. So go at your own pace that feels good for you. Just making sure that we're exhaling to extend our hand out and inhaling that hand up and over, reaching towards the conjunction of the wall and the ceiling. And as you're doing this movement, warming up the spine, I want you to also focus on 3 goals that you want to accomplish today. So what are 3 things that get to happen that will make you feel satisfied today? What are your focus? What needs to get done? And that can be even as simple as taking time for yourself. It could be accomplishing 3 things on your checklist. It could be for going on a walk, for sticking up for yourself, or for holding your boundaries. Whatever it is, pick 3 goals that you want to focus on today. And with each movement, I want you to anchor in these goals. Envision yourself accomplishing these goals. Being gentle with the spine. Go ahead, we're going to take 1 more on each side. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead, come back to a neutral seated position. And then we're going to come into a mermaid or windshield wipers. So what this is your hands are going to place behind you, fingers point towards your feet, and we're going to place our feet on the bed or the mat, wherever you're at, and open up our legs to be about hip width distance apart, maybe a little bit bigger. So if you have a mat, your feet are going to be placed on the edges of the mat. And if you're on your bed or you do not have a mat, just open up your hips a little, or the distance of your feet a little bit more. And just start rocking your knees from one side to another. Being very intentional, moving slow, and seeing if you can feel the conjunction where your femur, the top of your thigh bone, meets your hip socket. So bring attention to this joint area, moving it slowly, waking up the synovial fluid. If you feel a juicy spot, you can go ahead and hold to either side and invite your breath into this area of stickiness or tension. And play around. Maybe you want to invite some movement of the spine as you move, or maybe you are not resting on your hands, but you're lifted up and you're doing some cat-cows, or you lean over your front leg. I invite you to explore your body and to become curious with how your body wants to be moved right now, and knowing that tomorrow could be different. So as we start to continue this momentum, continue these stretches, opening up the hips, I want you to plan how you want to limit your distractions. So as we set our goals, what are some distractions that might be in place? Whether that be an opinion of somebody, whether that be going on your phone for a distraction. What is something that you get to limit to yourself? And maybe it's 1, maybe it's a list of 5 things. Go ahead, start to become aware of what are your distractions and how are you going to limit them today. What are some boundaries that you get to set with yourself? Go ahead, take about 2 more rounds. And then slowly you can lift your knees back up towards center. You can crisscross your legs, and we're going to come into a low lunge. So if you're on your bed, this might be a little bit more challenging if you do not have the stability or flow. So our pose that we're going to do is a forehead to knee. So essentially it's going to be a nice hamstring stretch. So you can either stick out both of your legs out in front of you, or you can stick out one leg out in front of you, straighten in the leg, and then kneeling on your other heel. So whichever leg you have in front, the back leg is going to be bent so you're sitting onto your heel. You can sit down on a pillow or a block. If you are on the mat, you're going to come into a low lunge. So let's say we bring our left leg out in front of us. Our right knee is dropped down. The left knee is stacked over the ankle. And then slowly we're going to straighten that left leg, and our hips are going to be squared over that right knee. So from here, you can either continue the momentum of bending into that knee and straightening it. So we're getting now into a nerve floss with our knee joint, or you can just hold it in a forehead to knee, feeling a good stretch on the hamstring. Your toes can be flexed or they can be pointed down, whatever type of stretch you are searching for. If you want a deeper stretch with your calf, you will flex your toes up. If you are sitting with both of your legs out in front of you, we're hinging from the hips versus the lower back. So we want to make sure that we're leaning from our heart space and not rounding from the lower back. Be aware that the upper back can round, and you can tuck the head, and you should still feel a stretch on the back of the legs. If your body is shaking or you're not breathing fully, you've gone too far. So how can we ease up a little bit? If you have your left leg out in front of you, I want you to invite softness today. How can you invite softness, play, and grace into your life, into today, into those around you, into your work? Go ahead, we're going to take about 3 to 5 deep breaths. And slowly, you can either bend back into that left knee, and then extend that left leg back. We're going to switch sides. So whatever feels comfortable for you to get there. If you are staying with both legs out in front of you, you can always do that as well. But bring your focus over towards your right leg now. So the same thing, you can continue those mobility flows, rocking forward and back, bending into that right leg, right knee, or you can just keep it straight. And as you find your flow, I want you to ask, how can you contribute or share yourself today? How can you provide acts of generosity, acts of service? And that can be just a compliment to somebody, or you randomly texting an old friend, or maybe you buying coffee for the person behind you. It can be super small, or maybe just smiling at somebody. Commit to yourself. How can you share more of yourself today? Whenever you're ready, take one more deep breath in, anchored in, and exhale out. So from here, we're going to come back into a tabletop position. So our hands are underneath our shoulders, our knees are underneath our hips, and our toes can be tucked or untucked, but we want to make sure that our ankles are in alignment with our knees. So they're not too far in where they're touching, or they're not displaying out towards the side. They're in line with our knees. So I'll give you the option. You can do some cat-cow where you're arching the back, your gaze is up, drop into your shoulders. And exhale, press into your hands and knees, rounding the back, creating a dome-like, tucking the chin and the pelvis. If you want to extend a little bit more, you can walk your hands a little bit more out in front of you. And you're going to do kind of like a wave from going into an upward facing dog. So your arms are straight, pressing the shoulders away from the ear. You're engaging the core to protect the lower spine. You should feel a good stretch on the front part of the body. And then exhale to round the back, coming into a child's pose, or come back into a tabletop position. And continue this momentum, feeling the wave of the spine, going into an upward facing dog to child's pose. Go ahead, take about 2 more rounds wherever you're at. And then slowly come back into a neutral position. And we're going to come all the way down onto our backs. So maybe that's just twisting over. However you want to do it, just make sure it's safe for your body and gentle. And then we're going to place the soles of the feet on the mat so the knees are pointed up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to open up our hands into a T position. Shoulders are down, back, and relax. Relaxing the jaw. And then go ahead, bring your knees over towards the right side. See if you can maintain the left shoulder in contact with the surface beneath you. Relaxing the belly. And on this side, I want you to ask, what is in your control today? What is your responsibility? And anything else, go ahead and let it go. Once you realize that the only thing you can control are your beliefs, your values, your responses, your attitude, your emotions, then you realize that all the external substances are irrelevant. And you can surrender to it and trust what is meant to happen is to happen for your benefit, for your growth, for your soul's evolution. Take 2 more deep breaths in, feeling the belly rise. And then slowly, on your next exhale, bringing your knees back up towards center. And then bring them over towards the left side. Maybe you hear some snap, crackle, pops. This is all great. This is just your body coming back into alignment. Relax the jaw. And on this side, I want to ask, what would make today great? What possibilities can happen today? And let your mind explore and wander, but also open up the sense of opportunities, the sense of miracles, the sense of possibilities, and anything can happen. Invite magic and play and curiosity back into your life. What miracles could happen in your life today? And then let it go. Let go of the expectations, but hold on to the excitement. Take one more round of breath, and then go ahead and bite your knees back up towards center. And slowly you can extend your legs all the way out in front of you, coming into final resting pose, Shavasana. Rolling the shoulders down and back, relaxing the eyes, eyebrows, the tongue, the feet will naturally splay out. Allowing the integration process to settle in, to allow your body to catch up with your mind and vice versa. And then I want you to ask, what are 3 things you are grateful for, or 3 things that you are excited for? And go ahead, you can interchange them as well. And then I want you to just take a moment to play out today. Envision the highest, best self possible, the best day that could happen today. Or alternatively, if there's hiccups that happen, how do you respond to them? How can you change your reaction into a response? Envision yourself going back, playing the day forward and backwards, whatever it feels, to make sure that it feels congruent and anchored and excited for today. And most importantly, who are you representing? Who are you representing today? Yourself, your family, your ancestors, your future children, generations, if that's in your vision or life, God, Source. Who do you get to represent? I'm going to take a moment of silence and witness the power of stillness. Go ahead, start to take a deep breath in from the belly and exhale. Take 2 more cleansing breaths. And as you do, maybe start to invite some movement back into the body. And then gently rolling over onto either side. Hold yourself for a moment. And with your eyes closed, as your body will allow, you can gently make your way up to a cross-legged seated position. Take a moment to notice your presence, your state of mind, lifting your head up high, shining your heart forward. And get ready to take on today. Hands will come to prayer pose in front of your heart. Take a moment to honor yourself, honor this day, what a blessing it is to be alive. And most importantly, may you stand in your light and cherish it. Malama Pono. Thank you for flowing with me today, and I hope you make the most out of today, and I will see you later.